Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Gerald from the Festival Authority coming back at you with another video. This afternoon's video will be about how to launch a film festival. Now, this is a video about how to launch a film festival. This is not a video about how to complete a film festival, but merely the basic essentials on how to launch a film festival. And we will go through those essentials bit by bit. Now, you can do these essentials in any order. But some will be much more important than others when you're looking at launching a film festival. And after we go through this list, maybe I might miss something. This is just from my personal experience. Maybe there's, you guys can chime in and list something as we go along the way and put it in the comments below. Or, if you're a festival director or you've launched a film festival before, just put it in the comments what your basic checklist was before you launched a film festival. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there looking to launch a film festival. After we pretty much go through this list, this list will pretty much detail whether or not launching a film festival is for you, or it just is a quixotic idea, or will you have what it takes to actually get one off the ground. So let's get started. From my experience, when I launched a film festival, one of the main things that you want at the beginning is a theme. You want to know what your film festival is going to be about. Do you want a horror film festival? Is it a women's film festival? Is it a comedy festival? Is it, a black film festival, Latino film festival? You want a theme on what your festival is going to be about. You need to know that, because that will pretty much drive it. Or you could just have a pretty much general film festival where there's no theme. Or you can have a film festival that includes different themes within your film festival. Maybe it's a festival committed to a city, or a festival committed to a state, or a festival committed to a country, whatever. But your theme is essential when you do look into starting a film festival. Along with that theme, from there, you want to have a website. A lot of filmmakers need a point of reference to go to when they're looking at your film festival, or patronizing your film festival to submit to it or whatever. You want to have a website. That website, I wouldn't go so basic or bare, and I really wouldn't spend too much money on a website. I've known a lot of big film festivals that have had websites that looked pretty generic, so though some people are dazzled by the way your website looks, you do want it to make it at least like halfway decent. Along with that website, you need an email. You need a way for them to contact you. In the film festival business, communication's everything. You want an email, you want a phone number where they can reach you. Address, I'm not so sure, because you do have some filmmakers that's a little I don't think you want them showing up at your doorstep. But if you're looking at receiving submissions old school through the mail, then you might want to get a P.O. box and not exactly your actual living quarters address. Okay, so along with that, you want to have a planned schedule when you plan to have your shoot dates. You also want to know how many days you want your film festival to run. The average film festival runs for about between maybe 3 to 4 days, maybe 3 to 5 days. I did a 15-day film festival. It's something I probably won't ever do again. But you want your festival to be generally between 3 to 4 days, something like that. If you have a 1 or 2 day film festival, that may detour a lot of filmmakers from submitting to you, because they'll be thinking, okay, this film festival probably gets a lot of submissions. What's the chances of my film being selected? Because there won't be so much screen time or screen space. So generally speaking, a 3 to 4 day film festival pretty much works out for a lot of people. Also, what you want is your location. You want to have a venue. Venue is very, very important. Venues, you want definitely a movie theater. I would go with a movie theater. I've seen some film festivals done at classrooms, libraries, halls, maybe a rented space. But these days, the standard is a Cineplex. You want at least an up and running Cineplex to screen your films. That would also give your festival a lot of respect as well. Along with that, besides venue, you want a submission platform. Now, submission platforms these days is pretty much the standard way of receiving submissions. You got Film Freeway, which is the top submission platform. You have other submission platforms like Festhome. You got Click for Festivals. You got a few of them out there. So you type in submission platforms, most likely you'll get Film Freeway. Without a Box is pretty much on its way out. So Film Freeway does have the most space. They have the most means of getting submission. They have a lot of filmmakers signed up with them. You will definitely get a great amount of submissions. So you want to go with I recommend Film Freeway pretty much more than anything. But a submission platform, you can receive submissions directly through your festival's website. But if you're a new festival, it's going to be harder to find you and a little bit more difficult to market it organically or grassroots. So you want to get with a Film Freeway that'll put you out there and let the world know that you exist. Another thing in launching a successful film festival, you got to have staff. You need to have committed staff. A lot of film festivals go with volunteers. Some go with, organic staff. You want somebody to be able to respond to emails quickly. You want somebody to respond to phone calls quickly. When you do have your film festival up and running, you want staff present to handle ticketing, handle the screening, handle the schedule, etc., etc. So staff is very, very important. That is what will pretty much build a relationship between your festival and submitting filmmakers. You need to be able to be open in communication. Another thing that is essential is marketing. If you're not with Film Freeway or another submission platform, you want to do grassroots, then you need to do a hell of a lot of marketing. Marketing is everything. Not only just marketing your film festival to launch, but also you got to know how you're going to market the films that you select in your official selections. But that's completing a festival. That's a different video at a different time. We'll get back to that. Now, this one is kind of optional. Sponsors. When I launched my film festival, I didn't have any sponsors. I didn't really need any sponsors, but sponsors do help. It does help with getting your festival recognized a lot. Sponsors may even be able to help with some of the cost. Sponsors may even be able to help with some of the swag bags, the gifts. So you definitely want to get a sponsor. It looks good for your festival. It's good, but it's not essential. It's not really what you need. And one of the final things that will help launch a good film festival is, what is your budget? How are you going to finance your festival? How are you going to pay for the venue if you don't own the venue already? How are you going to pay for staff if you don't have volunteers? One of the main things that cost me when I launched my film festival was the venue. And that venue ran us, we did LA Live one year. That ran me for 15 days. That ran me about $30,000. Then we did Santa Monica Promenade a year later for 10 days. And that ran me about $19,000. So depending on who you are and your connections or whatever, you may not even have to pay for a venue if you own a venue already. Or if you're a 501c3, maybe you get a tax write-off. Maybe people who want to sponsor you will throw you money to get a tax write-off or whatever. But the main thing is you're going to have to pay either for staff or for the venue. So you want to have a budget in place. Budget isn't everything, but it is something to consider. And that's a very, very important thing, is your budget. Because your budget will also, you have to pay for a step and repeat. You have to pay for red carpet. Maybe you may have these things already, but a budget does come in handy, and it will also give your festival a certain air about itself. So you definitely want to consider a budget. So that's basically the essentials in launching a film festival. So you want to remember, you want to have your theme. You want to have a website. You want to have an email or phone number, a place for them to contact you and have open lines of communication. You want to have your scheduled dates. You want to have your venue. You want to have a submission platform where you can receive your submissions. You want to have staff to watch the films, judge the films, and make decisions as such. You want to have marketing. You may or may not want to have sponsors, totally up to you. You definitely want to consider having a budget. Those are the basic essentials that I know of to start a film festival. Maybe I missed something, maybe not. If you're a festival director, you got experience, you think I missed something, feel more than free to drop a comment or a line. Maybe you know an easier way to do this thing. Maybe what I'm saying is the easiest way. I'm not saying I know everything, but every experience is different. If you're a filmmaker and you have any questions about how to submit to a film festival and how to get selected, you can always send me an email at festivalauthority@gmail.com. Or if you're looking to launch a festival and you have some questions about what to do, feel more than free to shoot me an email, drop me a comment in the lines below. If you felt like this video was helpful to you, feel more than free to give us a like or subscribe, share it, etc. We are here to help you to see you become successful. Thank you, and check you out in the next video.